there had to be something in the profession that didn't strike your fancy, because 2 weeks before the start of the season, you get a call from Dave Gavitt. You had done some broadcasting up to that point. Right?
Yeah, like an all-star game.
Little bit.
But
yeah,
actually, what started it was in my senior year, Bob Wolf, who you know well.
Legend.
Great Ford Frick winner in Baseball Hall of Fame.
Called Don Larson's perfect game.
Yeah, that's him, amongst many other things. You know, Army-Navy games, Rose Bowl, and the Washington Senators when Ted Williams was the manager, you know. But Bob visited our campus because we had a game, NIT first round. We were on CBS then. And Duty Moore, who our coach was, said, I want you to show Bob around for the day and a half. And when Bob was leaving Friday for the Saturday game, he said, when you finish your career, whatever you do, you should consider our business. And I never forgot it. So I had 6 months off in '69 where I wasn't going to coach. I went with Converse. And I went to 18 road games and 41 home games and wrote notes to Bob. Took the Seton Hall job. And when the Big East started, we were very ill prepared. Emotionally, psychologically, fiscally, talent-wise, to be in this league. And none of us at the school knew how bad we were in those areas. And, you know, for 2 years, it was a struggle. And now we had to play, we could play Georgetown once, but not twice. We could play Louis once, but not twice. Boeheim once, but not twice. You know, on alternate years. Now you had to condense it where it was a nightmare. I mean, it was tough. So anyhow, Dave one night said to me, he had said that he was doing the color analysis, and like Mushnick was killing him.
I never knew that. Dave Gavitt did broadcasting?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And he said, I'm not going to do this next year. And I had said to him one night, I said, never thinking. I said, you know, down the road, I think I might like to do that, Dave. And we were good friends, and it wasn't like, hey, remember me? And Dave said, I'll put it on the back burner. Now, every time you've ever heard that, you say, so long, that's it. You're never going to hear from somebody? And he called like October 28th of that year and said, you've got 2 days to tell me if you want this job. So I called him back and said, I'll take it. So I had 9 games for $700 a game with 4 kids. And, you know, at that point we were making a decent buck with a camp and all that. And I just wanted to do it. And Joni was bad. You know, I love these guys. Oh, I'm going to talk it over with my wife. Are you kidding me? If they can go to Saks, they're happy, right? That's what I said to her. But it wasn't, it was just like, she was great in terms of, oh, you're going to try that.
You could see the sort of long-term being a coach. It just wasn't for you, basically.
Well, I knew that we were not going to get out of our status as PJ suffered for 5 years. That's why he came in and lost. You know, Hadi Mahan had it 1 year, that year Hadi took over, he was 9-0, beat Houston and Notre Dame with our kids. We had a nice group, Calandrillo and amongst others. So, and then he had 3 kids ineligible in the second semester, and he ended up around 500. They hired PJ, and they had nothing, and PJ had to come in, and Dave came and visited the priest there, the Monsignor Patillo. And he had no idea. He said, you got to start spending some money. And that's when things started to happen. You know, full-time assistants, you know, academic support, training facility, weight. They had none of that. So that was part of the dilemma that I was going to be in, and that's sort of made it easier. And, you know, I ended up with a bank for some 15 years with some great people that go do what you want to do, and, you know, just show up once in a while and bring us a customer. And we had the Giants, Jets, we had the Meadowlands, we had the casinos, we had the highway authorities. So we were like salespeople. I couldn't balance my checking account, but we had Bob Casciola, who was the head of the Hall of Fame, was at the bank, and he had set the precedence for